Hi guys, and welcome to All About the Philippines. Now today I'm going to talk about a particularly sensitive subject, which is about looking after your Filipino once you're gone. Now a lot of people don't like to talk about it, and certainly I don't see a lot of YouTube discussions on this or videos on this, and it's something I think is very, very important. I've actually heard some people say that they'll spend all their money and they'll leave their wife, the Filipino wife, nothing when they're gone, and they justify that by saying things like, well, no one left me anything. Well, that to me is a very selfish attitude, and you've really got to start to think about how you're going to look after your wife when you're gone and you're not here to help her anymore. So I'm going to tell you what I do around that, or what I've been doing around that, and what I'll continue to do around that as time goes by. So if you're wanting to find out how I'm going to look after my Filipino once I'm gone, then stay tuned. So, as I say, those guys who have that attitude that I was speaking about, then they don't really care or love their Filipino wife. They probably just treat her more as a commodity because they're not putting any thought into what's going to happen to them once they're gone. Once they die and they're no longer here, what's going to happen to your Filipina? Now, especially when you've brought her to your country. Now, that's a very difficult thing to do for your Filipino, to adjust to that lifestyle and to learn how everything works. And for me at least, my idea when I brought my wife here, well, she came 6 years ago, and we've been married for 5 years, but ever since she came, she's been working hard here in this country and doing the very best that she can possibly do. But she's still, even after this time, a little bit out of her comfort zone with dealing with a lot of different things. So my point of view was that I wanted her, when she came here, to be as self-reliant as possible and to help make her an independent woman. So when the time comes and I'm no longer here, then she will be able to still go forward in her life, because I have to remind myself that she's 20 years younger than me, so more than likely I'm going to be leaving this planet before she does. So it's really important to me to make sure that she's going to be looked after once I'm gone. And how I've done that, well, firstly, when she came to Australia, when she was able to get a job, we looked for a job, and she was happy to do whatever she could find, and she found a job, and she's been working ever since. And that helps to give her the opportunity to earn money, and that would be independent. Once I'm gone, it's independent of anything else, and she's able to then support herself in this country. So getting her set around employment is very important to me, and we continue to do that. She's at TAFE doing a commercial cookery course, which she's very interested in, and she's doing very well. So that will be something else she'll be able to have once I'm gone, that she'll be able to draw on to make her own income. The next thing that I wanted to do to make sure that she was independent was to get her a car license so she could drive a car here in Australia. Firstly, so she doesn't have to rely on me to take her everywhere, or for me to actually have to take her everywhere. And it allows her to spend time with her own friends and go shopping when she wants, and to get out and about without relying on me. But more importantly, once I'm not here, she will be able to have her own independence through the car and be able to travel and go wherever she wants to go. And I think that's really important. And I do see some men who are married to Filipinas around where I live, and they don't want their wife to have a car license. They don't want them to be independent. And I would think to myself, what sort of controlling man must he be to always want to be following her around and knowing exactly what she does every second of the day? If you have to live like that, what's the purpose of it all? So over the last 5 or so years, I now have got my wife to the point where she can earn her own income, and she's improving on that with her commercial cookery course as well. And also she's got her independence through having a car license. So moving forward now, what I'm really trying to do is to make sure that when I do go, she's set up fairly comfortably in life. So what we've done is we've built the house in the Philippines, so that's just about complete now, and that will be there for her forever. So if things don't work out after I'm gone here in Australia for her, at least she has that opportunity to go back to the Philippines, and she's got a house that's already paid for. And to me, that's one very important thing. And the other thing that we're looking to do is over the next 5 or so years to actually purchase a house here in Australia. Now, that will also give me peace of mind that when I do go, that she's going to be taken care of. So if the house is owned here in Australia and she's got a house in the Philippines, she has a choice of where she can go. And if she decides to stay in Australia, then she's got the ability to be able to make her own money while she's here because of the experience she's gained along the way. And to me, that gives me, as I say, great peace of mind. And of course, any money we may have in savings or any assets we may have, that will also be my wife's when I'm gone, as there would be in any normal marriage in Australia. Once you go, everything gets passed on to your wife, and there's no difference here. So those guys who sort of say that they want to spend all their money and they're not really planning for after when they die because it doesn't matter to them, well, to me, as I say, it's very, very selfish. You've got to look after your wife as she's looked after you for all those years, and make sure that when you're gone that she's not struggling and she's not going to be in a world of hurt financially and wondering how that she can actually get through the rest of her life now that you're gone. It's going to be hard enough emotionally for her, let alone how it could be financially. And of course, to help with that in the financial sense, is that in Australia here we get superannuation, which we can access around our retirement age. Now, if anything were to happen to me in the next 10 years before I could access that, then of course I've organised that to go straight to my wife, so that would help her as well in the initial stages, and going forward from that, it would at least take that financial burden away from her for some time. So guys, they're the things I've been doing over the last 5 or so years to start to prepare my wife for when that time finally comes. Now, of course, I hope that I go on to live a long, long life, and it doesn't happen for many years, but one never knows, and you have to prepare. And if you truly care for your wife, then you're going to want to make sure that once you're gone, that things will be a little bit easier for her in that difficult time especially. So guys, I'd like to get your thoughts on this, so please leave your comments below, but remain respectful, of course. And don't forget to share the video around with anyone who may enjoy it and all your networks. Leave a big thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video, and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell to get more videos. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I appreciate all your support. Take care, and bye for now.